On the 8th of October, exactly 1 month after the government came into office, I appointed a standing committee on energy. And that committee, I took the chairmanship of as Prime Minister. And the committee included Mr. Malcolm Jones, a former executive chairman of PETROTRIN, under whose stewardship that GTL plant came to grief, Malcolm Jones. And let me say this, right? There are two people in this country who has given the country yeoman service in the energy area, which has put us where we are today in a lot of things that we take for granted. One of those persons is Professor Ken Julian, and the other is Malcolm Jones. These are pioneers. There was one project that went horribly bad. That is not an issue for debate. That is a very clear statement. So when PETROTRIN went and tried to become involved in leading edge technology of converting gas to liquids for diesel, but it didn't go right for a variety of reasons. But accept that it was a business deal that went bad, and PETROTRIN tried to recover its position by going to arbitration. It was a deal that went bad in a company which the state owns, and a lot of money was lost. I don't have that figure in front of me, but it's a substantial amount of money. I don't know if it's 6 or if it's 10, but I don't think it's anything like that. Malcolm Jones is to be held accountable for $1.5 billion in losses. But as a person coming out of our soil, reaching where he has reached, and the skills that he brought over the decades, forget that. And a government sets out to persecute him. And they ask this government and the new board to continue the persecution. I beg to differ.
The union advised Mr. Jones and the board of directors that we have done our research, which research pointed to that effort would have been a failed effort from the start. Today, PETROTRIN is reeling under relentless pressure, which has to do with PETROTRIN's performance as a company. And during the period which this WGTL fiasco took place, it was Mr. Malcolm Jones that led the company. It was Mr. Malcolm Jones, not just WGTL, but the failed ultra-low sulfur diesel project, which had billions of dollars in cost overruns, which also saw the company not being able to complete those projects on time. And so, environmental problems, financial problems, total mismanagement. Mr. Jones, if anything he could boast about, is for the failure of PETROTRIN. PETROTRIN is where it is today in major part because of the failure of the stewardship of Mr. Jones as executive chairman. The records is there to see. And so for him to be placed on a cabinet-appointed steering committee on energy is just another farce. He has absolutely nothing to contribute.
But correct me if I'm wrong. Is Mr. Malcolm Jones not involved in some advisory capacity on an energy committee of this administration?
Malcolm Jones is a member of I think it's a 16-man committee.
Why? Because the reason I asked Prime Minister, I don't mean any disrespect, but if I made a decision that cost my family business $1 billion, they would run me from there.
Wait, Malcolm Jones was part of a board of a management of a state enterprise.
He was chairman.
Yes, but you see, you saying Malcolm Jones, we say the board of PETROTRIN, we say PETROTRIN. Mr. Jones' presence on that committee allows us to get a certain kind of information, a certain kind of insight that because he was PETROTRIN chairman, because that was only one of PETROTRIN's businesses. PETROTRIN is a multi-billion-dollar enterprise that Mr. Jones managed for a long period of time.
Or mismanaged, depending
on you could say that. Well, you could say that.
People are asking themselves, why was a claim to recover £97 million of public money withdrawn? What was the justification for that? And that's made worse when the failed project caused PETROTRIN to lose US $3.3 billion in losses and led to the collapse to which I just referred. That, for Trinidad, is big money.